Kami adalah modernisator Indonesia.
Kami adalah generasi pertama dari manusia modern Indonesia abad ke-21.
Kami yang berjiwa muda, penuh kebanggaan, percaya diri, dan berprestasi.
Kami bangga dengan kekayaan dan keluhuran warisan budaya Indonesia dan yakin bahwa kejayaan Indonesia yang lebih besar masih menanti di masa depan.
Semboyan kami adalah
pengabdian,
keunggulan,
inovasi,
keterbukaan,
dan konektivitas.
Kami yakin nilai-nilai inilah yang akan memicu ledakan kreativitas Indonesia.
Generasi kami berorientasi kepada peluang, bukan rasa cemas.
Dipacu oleh energi positif, bukan energi negatif.
Dengan wawasan yang terus menyongsong hari esok.
dan dengan terus menonjolkan sikap moderat dan pluralisme sebagai kunci sukses.
Kami percaya bahwa perubahan yang terpenting adalah modernisasi cara pandang.
Karena Indonesia abad ke-21 harus memiliki wawasan abad ke-21.
Guna menjawab berbagai tantangan baru yang belum terpikirkan oleh generasi pendahulu.
Karena itulah kami ingin terus membantu membuka pikiran bangsa.
Kami ingin agar Indonesia bukan hanya menjalani reformasi, namun juga mengalami transformasi.
Generasi kami menganggap kebangsaan Indonesia, kebinekaan, demokrasi, dan pluralisme sebagai darah daging kami yang alami.
Generasi kami tidak takut dengan perubahan. Kami justru merasa terpacu dengan perubahan.
Kami selalu mencari ide dan inovasi baru, dan yakin bahwa perubahan yang berkesinambungan adalah kunci menuju vitalitas dan kesuksesan bangsa.
Kami akan selalu menjaga gelora nasionalisme.
Dan kami akan terus memajukan internasionalisme Indonesia.
Kami percaya bahwa ancaman bangsa yang paling nyata adalah
korupsi,
kebodohan,
ketidakpedulian, potensi konflik, marginalisasi,
ekstremisme,
xenofobia,
dan ketidakmampuan membaca tanda zaman.
dalam kurun waktu satu generasi, kami ingin di Indonesia ada 100.000 PhD.
100 pusat keunggulan di seluruh penjuru negeri,
25 universitas bertaraf dunia,
dan tampilnya komunitas besar ilmu pengetahuan yang cemerlang dan dinamis di Indonesia.
Dalam satu generasi, kami ingin Indonesia mempunyai 4 juta pengusaha.
Menjadi salah satu ekonomi unggul yang paling kompetitif di Asia.
Handal beradaptasi dan meraih keuntungan dari arus globalisasi.
Dan melesat jauh melampaui target internasional Millennium Development Goals.
Dengan kemakmuran yang relatif merata dari Sabang sampai Merauke.
Dalam jangka menengah dan panjang, kami ingin agar Indonesia masuk ke dalam 10 besar ekonomi dunia.
Menjadi ekonomi ramah lingkungan yang mapan.
Dan mencapai nol kemiskinan.
Kami senantiasa haus inspirasi dan kami selalu ingin menjadi inspirasi bagi orang lain.
Generasi kami ingin menoreh prestasi sendiri.
mencetak pahlawan masa kini.
Dan mempunyai capaian sejarah sendiri.
Karena kebesaran sebuah bangsa tercermin pada karya seni dan produk kreatifnya
dalam sastra, arsitektur, dan seni budayanya.
Kami ingin mendorong kebangkitan Indonesia di dunia seni dan industri kreatif.
Dengan semangat 1945 yang tidak pernah padam.
Dengan keyakinan pada demokrasi dan reformasi.
Didorong energi positif dan nasionalisme yang sehat.
Kami akan bahu-membahu dengan semua pihak untuk mentransformasikan Indonesia menjadi bangsa yang besar di abad ke-21.
Dan pekerjaan besar ini dimulai di sini, sekarang.
His Excellency Mr. Gita-Wirjawan, Chairman of the Indonesia Investment Coordinating Board, BKPM.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang, welcome everyone to this fantastic occasion. I've been asked and advised by my colleagues that a good chunk of you are actually young people, and they have suggested that I look like Justin Bieber. And forgive me for my looks, but actually Dino was also a big supporter of that idea. You know, today we're going to be spending about 5.5 hours listening and asking questions and talking to each other about what's going to take place in the next 10, 20, and 30 years. We have a fantastic set of speakers made up of world-renowned speakers by the names of Jamie Catton, Roger Friedman, Roger Beachy, Tom Finger, Don Emerson, Zubair Ahmad, Robert Kaplan. These guys have written best-selling books in the world, and they have basically made predictions about what's going to happen with respect to geopolitics, social economics, military, environmental, and everything that's going to be relevant to not just me and my life, but also my kids and my grandkids. And these guys, the 7 of them, are going to be accompanied by Indonesian pairs or personalities by the names of Dino Jalal, Pak Khairul Tanjung, Anies Baswedan, and Agus Yudhoyono. I think it will be a fantastic event. And before we go on, I want to just say special thanks to everybody that's made it possible, including people in the government, from BKPM, of course, and also the Ministry of Defense, and also the corporate sector. Not to forget the Indonesian Embassy in Washington, D.C., and also the corporate sponsors, ExxonMobil, SCOMI, Monsanto, POSCO, Citi, BNI, and of course the other organizations that have made this possible. I want to thank you for coming out here, and I want to encourage you to basically provoke yourself and also provoke the speakers, because these guys are going to be as punchy as you want them to be in terms of predicting what will Indonesia look like 10 years from today or 20 years from today. What will the world look like 10, 20, or 30 years from today? Once again, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Please welcome His Excellency Dr. Dinopattidjalal, Indonesian Ambassador to the United States.
We got something special. You know, to us, love is essential.
Can everybody hear me? Good. You know, this is going to be the most amazing century ever. This is going to be the time when, at the end of the century, we'll probably reach close to zero poverty, because the middle class will explode all over the place. Already the middle class is over half of the world population today. We're going to see a 4th wave of democratic expansion. We're going to see the proliferation of emerging markets throughout the world, not just in the number of dozens as there are now. The GDP of the world probably going to explode to about 1,000 trillion. We're going to have a cure for cancer. We're going to have a cure for HIV. Genomics is going to allow humans to live up to 100 or 120 years old. And we are going to live in the age of the individual, where people like you and me, or anybody out there, it's not just a number. You know? It's a name. It's a voice. It's a vote. It's an accomplishment. And it's a change agent. In that amazing century, the 21st century, there are 3 big questions that you and I have to answer. First, What does it mean to be an Indonesian in the 21st century? Now, let's look at the profiles of Indonesians. Let's look at this profile of 19th century Indonesian. He did not have land, he did not have a degree, definitely no education. He could not read. He was completely oblivious to the world outside him. He had no idea about the world. He did not have a voice. He did not have a vote. He did not have an ID. He didn't have a future. And he would die before 50 years old out of a disease that he could not afford. Let's look at the 20th century Indonesian. Looks slightly better. He has a university degree and skill. He has only one wife. He speaks 3 languages, which is Padang, where he came from, Indonesian, and English. He had a passport. He has a vote. He has a voice. He has an email address. He has a bank account. And he has hope. And he has me, because that's my father. What does the 21st century profile of an Indonesian look like? Perhaps there's one suggestion. Let's look at the 3rd profile. This is my favorite Indonesian, Tri Mumpuni. She is proud of her heritage. She's religious. She's educated. She studied in America and also in the best university in Indonesia. She's skillful. She's an innovator. She uses her knowledge to build energy-independent hydropower villages throughout Indonesia. She's competitive, she's not afraid of the world, and she understands the world and knows how to make the world work for Indonesia. I think she will live until 90 to 100 years old, and when she ends, at that age, by that time, she will do work that will affect tens and thousands of people. Is Tri Mumpuni here? I asked her to come here today. Is she here yet? Okay, well, I hope she shows up today. But, good. But I don't have an answer to what a 21st century profile of an Indonesian would be. But that is our job, to help paint it and create it, because it's an open book. It's an open question, and it has to be a different profile than 20th century Indonesian and 19th century Indonesian. The second question: how do we connect 45 and 21? What do I mean by that? Look, I'm 45 years old. I've been in government for about 20 years, and all the time people remind me about this revolution of 1945, the spirit and idealism of 1945, which is extremely important. But our generations need to find a way to connect the spirit of 1945 with the realities and challenge and assets of the world in the 21st century, right? This is by far the biggest practical, political, ideological challenge that we have to do. Why? Because most of the things that were true in 1945 have changed today. You know, they talk about revolution in